Hola, 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 beloved soul. If this is your first time here, I call myself Soul, and my channel is Soul of Light and Shadow. So I decided to pull some tarot and oracle today just to see what the collective needs to hear in this eternal now, in accordance with your good, your joy, and your expansion. And so I ended up pulling these two cards first, which talk about creativity and intuition. And it's giving me the impression that what you really need to know right now is that part of your creativity is in your intuition and vice versa. And creativity can also be spontaneity. Okay, it can be more than just singing, dancing, drawing, all of that good jazz. It's that's those impulses that tell you to try out a thing, okay, or to go in a specific direction. All right, that's what creativity and intuition can really be as well, because life is essentially creative because we're creating things all the time. And since we're creating things all the time, part of our creating of our reality is trusting those intuitive impulses to guide us to wherever it is that we are wanting to go, depending on what it is that we're asking for. For example, if we're asking for more money, then you can receive impulses and urges and ideas all throughout the day because spirit is in constant communication with you. You as a soul are in constant communication with you. And these ideas, these suggestions can in fact bring you to more finances, more prosperity. If it's the same thing with clarity, it does the same thing. If it's peace, it does the same thing. Whether it is like hanging out with this particular person even more because like their energy is what you want in your life, or hanging out with this particular person even less, or thinking about this troubling person in a different manner. And when you think about them in a different manner, it brings a little bit more peace into your mind and into your heart, because you're realizing, okay, just like I'm a spiritual being, they are also a spiritual being. Just like I'm learning stuff, they're learning stuff. Just like I'm growing and expanding, they're trying to grow and expand. Now, if they're allowing it, then they're allowing it. If they're not, then they're not. And I don't need to worry about that. I just need to worry about centering myself, aligning myself with what it is that I want to do, because I know that my presence and my actions make the world a better place, and it makes me a better person. And all of that just continues to be reflected outwards and creating from the inside of me. So it gives that kind of energy and that kind of impulses. Now, you can also use traditional creativity, such as writing, painting, dancing, drawing, in order to get yourself into a flow state so that you can receive the ideas, the suggestions, the encouragement from your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, guides, guardians, from your own gestalt, that you have been wanting to receive. Or even if you so happen to be like a channeler or a medium, or just like an overall, like you are using your psychic abilities, because everyone is psychic to an extent. It's just about using them. And it's, if you so happen to use yours, using your creativity more, or just setting time for it to be like that, then that's, excuse me, then that's how you are able to tune in to your inner voice, which is always attempting to talk with you. Okay. Thankfully, our inner voice is never really quiet. Our spirit guides, they're always there with us in form, in presence, and encouragement, whatever it is that they see you wanting at that particular time and moment. Okay. And then it feels like at this current time, using your creativity to receive more of your intuitive messages and impulses are really important right now, because we might be going through an emotional loss in regards to a union, whether this union is of a friendly nature, whether it is a colleague nature, business nature, romantic nature, because not all unions are inherently romantic. Okay, there's plenty of unions. There's a union between you and you, there's a union between you and the universe, there's a union between you and friends, you know? So some of y'all may have been dealing with an emotional loss, a separation of some sorts in regards to a union. And in order to be able to process this particular feelings, the grief, the loneliness, the abandonment, whatever it is that we're feeling in this type of moment, finding a way to put it outside will be very, very helpful. You know, I usually am not a person that listens to songs that are sad, you know, or that are vengeance like, because like I really am just not interested in those kinds of songs anymore. However, you know, every song has value, and so sad songs also have their value in the sense of, if you feel like you haven't been able to cry, you know, putting on a sad song and playing it on repeat until you get yourself a nice little cry out, and then you'll be able to process the rest of your thoughts better, you know, in a more coherent manner. So that could be it. It could be you're not really that kind of person that wants to listen to sad songs either. So feel free to put yourself a self confidence song. Put that on, dance to it, even if it's a little shaking of shoulders, even if it's a little, you know, tapping the foot, whatever it is, something that helps you to move your body in a sense of processing, okay, this particular union. And listen, you either win or you learn. So ask yourself, what constructive thing can I learn from this loss that allows me to reconsider the union in a more wholesome and compassionate manner, that allows me to be more together with myself, because there might be a disconnection with myself right now. Okay. And yeah, just pretty much being very gentle with yourself in this regard. That's definitely what it's given me. Just a reminder that not all unions are going to be forever in this particular lifetime. Okay, y'all may have agreed for a limited time of being together in order to remind yourselves of what it is that you're really wanting, or to get clarity on what it is that you're really wanting, or to teach that person the concept of compassion or emotional maturity, or the results of walking away from something, or the results of staying with something. Spirit wants me to remind you that you are still a very loving and lovable person, and by nature that you are good and deserving. Okay, this particular loss doesn't mean that you're any less good, any less deserving, any less worthy of thinking thoughts that are better for yourself, of wanting more for yourself, of taking action that are aligned with the you that you are becoming, because we're shifting all the time. Okay, we're living out multiple timelines, even in a day, even in a moment, you know, depending on the thoughts that we are thinking. And so I am being told to remind you that regardless of it all, either way, you're still a very lovable person. And so being able to hold that cup of self compassion and that love, especially in your heart during this time, will be very, very helpful for you to process everything, especially the losses that you are feeling. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. This is what I am being guided to share, and I'm hearing that is it. So I am going to head out now. Please know that you are free, you are powerful, you are love. By nature, you are good and deserving. All of your imperfections are redeemed in the greater scheme of the universe. You are excellent and a valuable part of the universe, and it is good and safe for you to grow, develop, and use your abilities. Okay? I love you so much. Ciao for now.